mean, are we getting real? We're getting real here.
Yeah, let's get real, man. These
All
are
right.
our people, man.
Yeah.
Like, we can be honest with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to pay for us to go to marriage counseling?
This is our marital counseling. How personal of a question is that?
Wow.
I mean, hitting us with the heavy ones, man.
Sorry,
Are you still under that? We can't be serious anymore. You totally ruined. Hello, Beach Bumps. Welcome to the channel. I'm here with my lovely wife today.
Hello.
Courtney. We're hanging out. This is like a tough time of year for fishing. I've got a couple fishing videos that I will be releasing over the next week, but I've been fishing a few times here recently and just haven't been able to get a video, and so I figured, you know, we do something a little different.
Yeah.
Have fun. And so we've done this before. We've done this once before. We did a live Q&A where we were both in it, and we got some like inappropriate questions, which is to be expected, and I just figured we'd alleviate that this time, and I'd get the questions beforehand, and we'd just do a video.
That's right.
Easy enough. But a couple of things before we get started, because thank you. You sent in a bunch of questions, so we're going to obviously not cover all of them, but we're going to hit some of the good ones. We're going to hit the good questions.
I haven't seen any of these questions, so...
Yeah, you are coming in as totally blind.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but she's going to be getting like blindsided with some questions, so it should be fun. But a couple of things just to remember. We are still doing a contest right now for a chance to fish with me and Brant. We're going to pick two winners, do an impersonation of me or Brant. If you do an impersonation of Brant, send it to me, Instagram, Facebook. If you do an impersonation of me, send it to Brant on his Instagram or Facebook, and we'll take a look. We're going to pick a winner for the best Brant impersonation and a winner for the best beach bum impersonation. And I think we're going to pick that around Christmas time or around first of the year, and then we'll schedule out the trips and details there. But send those in. We're still doing that contest. And also right now, one of our sponsors, Waterland Sunglasses, they're doing 30% off through the month of December on their website. If you go there and hit BeachBum30 in the promo code, you'll get that 30% off. So go check it out. Oh, it's cold in here. All right, well, let's get started. My hands are like, they're freezing.
Feels good because I'm nervous and hot.
I make you do things that you don't really want to do.
Very much out of my comfort zone.
All right, here's a question from Rick Baker. Is that Baker or Backer?
Wow, I would say Baker.
Baker.
Yes.
Where did you go on your first date? I guess this is for both of us, but I'll ask it to you.
Me?
Do you remember?
Gosh, that was like ages ago. I feel so ancient. You took me. I do remember that.
You do? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so.
Yes.
It was a pretty good date.
It was. It was a very good first date. You picked me up in a car. No, wait.
You're already,
That's right.
already
No.
blowing it.
No, I'm not blowing it. You picked me up in a vehicle, and we went to.
How is it this hard? Like
I can't remember where you picked me up. He took me.
What were we
He
in?
took me to eat dinner at Carrabba's restaurant, but we went in a limo. He got a limo for us to go in.
Really cheesy.
And then we went to the Shakespeare Festival in Montgomery and went to go see a play.
Do you remember what play?
Yes, James and the Giant Peach.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding. Yeah, that was...
I was just trying to remember if you picked me up at the house in the limo, my parents' house, or if we walked out of the restaurant and got in the limo.
Well...
At Shakespeare, we got in the limo.
Well, we started out in the limo, but we changed limos.
Oh, that's right.
Because
we took pictures at Shakespeare, like, getting in and out of the limo.
Right. We had like a red carpet.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of my plan. That was like the limo driver's plan. I didn't plan a red carpet and all, but that was his deal. But that was first date.
Yeah.
I kind of like overdid it on a first date.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Everything since.
Yeah, it kind of went downhill.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That was in...
But I was like super nervous.
Yeah.
And we had known each other for...
a long time. But not
15 years.
Our relationship obviously was friendship, not...
Right.
romantic.
Right.
So it was different. It was awkward. All right. Ted Hearn asks, what is the biggest fish she has landed? You remember?
Yes. It was a black drum, right?
Yeah, we got it on video.
Yeah. It was on video?
Yeah.
I thought we just had a picture of it.
Well, no. That one, but the one we caught on video was bigger than that one.
Oh, it was?
There's a picture of that one.
Oh, I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah.
I thought the black drum was my biggest, but I didn't know I had another black drum.
Yeah.
This is from 24/7 Fishing. How do you grow a fishing YouTube channel? Like, what really gets a video out there? Is it tags, thumbnails, or titles? I'm really trying to grow my channel.
Yeah, YouTube, obviously, like, all of that goes into it. But, like, what I tell anybody that, because I get this question a lot. Like, I get a lot of messages from people that are wanting to start channels, and it's a great question, you know, obviously, you know, wanting to know what gets you going on YouTube. But what I always tell people, like, the number one thing is really consistency. Like, just being consistent with creating videos and uploading videos. Those other things are obviously extremely important. Title, thumbnail, tags, content, like, all of that plays a huge role. But all of those things come with consistency. So, like, the more you do it, the more you're going to learn and get better at all of those things. So, like, the number one key to being successful on YouTube is just constantly uploading. Because the more time you spend editing, the more time you spend putting up those videos, like, you're just gonna get way better. You're gonna get more comfortable on camera. You're gonna, like, everything just falls into place. The people that struggle, the people that don't make it on YouTube, quit or take breaks. They stop. Like, and that not only hurts you from a mechanical standpoint of, like, knowing how to do these things, but from a standpoint of, like, the algorithm, it doesn't reward channels that aren't consistently producing content. So, like, it really is a double whammy if you're not constantly producing content. From day one, like, I made a decision once I uploaded that first video, I was going to upload one video a week at a minimum. Like, once I started that, and that was in 2017, and that was August of 2017, and since that first upload, I have not gone more than 7 days without uploading a video, which sounds like it's, like, sometimes that's really hard. Like, it's really hard to stay that consistent. So, but that's what's going to help you grow, and that's what's going to help you learn. So, get out there, do it. Just start and stay consistent. That's the important thing.
Question number 2 for the beach bum. This is from Monkey Pod FPV. What?
Names on YouTube are always, yeah.
Did Courtney know about your hook addiction before or after you all tied the knot?
But, like, so when around the time that we got married, I wasn't really fishing a lot. Like, I grew up fishing, not a ton, but, like, because my family didn't fish, like, I had friends that fish and I was into it, and I did it more probably from the age range of, like, 10 to 16 in there. Like, I fished a decent amount, and then once I got in high school, I got distracted with it. I was playing music at the time. I was, you know, dating girls. Like, you know, I kind of got away from fishing around the time that, and when we got married, I was 20, so I was pretty young and just not really fishing. So you probably didn't know that.
But I knew you liked to fish.
She knew
he
I
was the first person that ever took me fishing.
Yeah.
I had never been fishing until we started dating.
Yeah, she had never been fishing or caught a fish. And, like, we went one day to the lake. We used cane poles, like, because I didn't have any fishing equipment, but I liked fishing, and at the time I had gone a long time without fishing, so I had nothing. So we went to Walmart. I remember, I can see these pictures. Like, we took pictures of this, and we bought cane poles and, like, all the equipment, and took some minnows, and we went.
And Pop-Tarts.
And Pop-Tarts. And
because he took me at the butt crack of dawn.
Yeah, I was early. Of course, that's what you do. You get up early, you go fishing. And we went, and we were trying to catch some crappie, like, at this camp area that had some docks, but we didn't catch any crappie. But we had a good day.
I caught a bass.
Yeah, like,
I caught the first fish as soon as we got out there.
Yeah, as soon as we got out there, she dropped it in, caught a bass. Like, she's like, "Oh, this fishing thing's pretty easy. You know, there's nothing to it." But we caught a few bass that day, kept a couple, took them home, cooked them. Like,
yeah.
Before catch and cook was cool, we did a catch and cook.
That's right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of that
experience.
Fish, and the fish dish.
Yes,
that he cooked for us.
Yeah, because you used to scrapbook.
I did, yeah.
And that's
in the scrapbook.
That's right.
Yep.
So I can visualize the pictures from that day. So that was Courtney's first fishing experience. So your first fish ever was a largemouth bass.
From Preston Gonzalez. What are your fishing pet peeves?
I'm a fairly easygoing guy, so, like, for the most part, stuff doesn't really bother me, and I try to understand too. Like, there's a lot of times that it may be somebody that just doesn't know what they're doing, that's new to it or whatever. Especially surf fishing, I come across a lot of people that are completely new to the sport, so I try to be patient with that. But I guess probably the number one thing is like fishing too close. You know, somebody, whether it's in a boat or on the beach or whatever, when somebody moves in on you or just doesn't give you enough space. I mean, that's a pet peeve. I mean, probably for most people that fish a lot. And because and it's not like you own that spot, and it's not, it's anybody's game, but there's just that common courtesy that you kind of expect from people to give you space when you're out there fishing if you're kind of there first.
What about when people judge the size of a fish and rate somebody online when they posted?
That's a good one. I guess you've probably heard me complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a pet, like, especially with social media, when people say, like, when you post a picture or something and people give you a hard time because they don't think it's legal or whatever, when most of the time you can't tell, like, unless you have some frame of reference. You know, there's no way to really tell whether or not a fish is legal or not. I mean, sometimes you can, but at the same time, like, you don't have to jump. You're not game board, man. Like, like that kind of stuff does drive me crazy. The online back and forth that people give each other on there. All right, here's a go. This one will be fun. Question for Courtney: who's really the better fisherman, Bama Beach Bum or Brant Peacher? That's from Wes Klein.
Wes, putting me in the hot seat.
Oh man.
I mean, I guess, of course, the Beach Bum. He's the best.
Yeah, you have to say that.
But Brant catches more fish.
What? You don't even know. You don't even watch the videos. Yeah, well, Brant, like, for whatever reason.
But I just hear what you tell me, though.
Yeah.
Like, man, I went with Brant and I didn't catch anything, and he caught like 20 fish.
Yeah. And recently it's been really bad. Like, we do competitions all the time, whatever, for the videos, and people give me a hard time because I always lose. I mean, I've beat them once, like one time in our competition, but most of the time I still catch fish, and some of these actual competitions have been a lot closer than people give me credit for. Like, one, I was beating them the whole time until like the last minute. And then another one, like, I closed the gap pretty dang close. Like, I was this close when we were bass fishing at the golf course. He started out strong, but then I started making a pretty dang good comeback. But these last couple of times that we fished together here recently, like, literally, he's catching fish and I've caught nothing. Which, so, but for whatever reason, Brant is like just my weakness. I can't fish effectively around Brant. Like, I'm gonna have to stop fishing with him, I guess. He'll have to like superimpose me if we want to do collaborations, because I can't catch fish with Brant. This is from Austin Hoagland. I guess the question is for me, but I'm gonna ask you: does Courtney ever get frustrated with all the fishing, or does she understand? So.
I mean, are we getting real? We're getting real here.
Yeah, let's get real, man. These are our people, man. Yeah. Like, we can be honest with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to pay for us to go to marital counseling?
This is our marital counseling. Like, right here, live and in person. We're here with you, marital counseling.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I guess if I were being 100% honest, there are some days where I have gotten a little bit annoyed with the fact that he's like, I gotta go back out, I gotta try one more time to get a video, I gotta go back out, I gotta try it this afternoon, oh man, there's something really good happening tomorrow morning, I gotta go out for sure, no doubt. But I try to be pretty understanding. I mean, it is our livelihood, and we are fortunate and blessed to be in the situation that we're in, to where it is working, and God has blessed us to where I don't have to work and I can stay home with Annalise, which is, to be a stay-at-home mom has always been a dream of mine. So, I might get frustrated here and there, but I really do try my best to recover quickly and, understand that this is what has to be done. And, we really do get to spend a lot of time together. As far as family time, we do get to spend that time together. And so I try to be understanding. Now, it may come across as not as understanding sometimes.
Well, the key here, what I'm getting is if you are an avid fisherman and your significant other is giving you a hard time about how much time you spend fishing, figure out a way to make money and support the family, so then that way they can't get that mad, because
that's right. It's not just a hobby.
It's not like I want to go do this. I got to go to work. But she's actually, for me, she does a good job. Like she does. I will say there are times when I can tell she's a little frustrated with me, but it's tough because, like, even when I had jobs in the past that, like, I didn't like I'm very stubborn, and even if something's not working, like, I'm gonna try my hardest, and I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna do it and spend a lot of time and effort and energy into something that I'm doing. I'm gonna try to give it my best, but even more so when it's something that I absolutely love. Like right now, like I'm really into trout fishing right now. Like for whatever reason, I'm just like, trout's just kind of on my brain. Like they're kind of driving me crazy. And like every day I wake up, like today I didn't fish, which is like probably the first day in a long time, but I'm looking at pictures, watching videos. I'm like, man, I wish I was out there trout fishing, even though I've been doing it the last 4 or 5 days. Anyway, you know, I just love it. I just love fishing. I'm like addicted to it. I think about it all the time. I drive by water. I'm like, I gotta fish. Like, it's just,
which is a good thing.
It's in my blood.
I'm glad that you like it. I mean, sometimes when you do something that's your job, you get tired of it, you know, because you're doing it all the time over and over again.
It's a cool experience to be able to do something
you literally do what you love.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if I told you about this question or not. This one might be a blindside question here. This is a good one. This is a juicy one right here. Okay. Delilah Sanchez asks, are y'all planning to have another baby soon? Because your daughter is so beautiful. How personal of a question is that?
Wow.
I mean, hitting us with the heavy ones, man.
Yeah, you didn't tell me about this question.
Yeah.
Well,
we've discussed this a lot.
Yeah, well, it's kind of been something that we've talked about a lot lately. When we first got married, we both said we wanted 2 kids. I'm an only child. Matthew has 5 siblings, so we always wanted 2 when we got married. And now we have 1. And
that's correct, yes.
You
can do the math.
I don't know how to answer this. I mean, I would like to have another child at some point in time. I'm at the age now where I would be considered a geriatric pregnancy. So,
which is so crazy.
I keep reminding Matthew of that, you know, every month or so.
I don't feel like we're there, you know.
Yeah, well, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
Well, you're only 3 years older than me. It's not
35. It's 35.
Is the
age.
Geriatric?
That's when you hit geriatric pregnancy.
And you're 36?
Yes, 36.
Yeah.
So, you know,
we have definitely discussed it. It's just like time. People tell you this stuff, but you don't really believe it until you start experiencing this. But time really goes by fast. Like, our original plan to have a kid was 5 years. That turned into 9 years. And now, like, we've already had her. She's 3. So, like, and that went by. I mean, and here we are sitting on, we've been married for 12 years. Like, I mean, if I was just having a conversation with somebody and they're like, yeah, we've been married for 12, 15 years, whatever, I'd be like, oh, man, you must be, you know, older than me to be married that long. And then I'm like, oh, well, daggone, I've been married for 12 years. Like, I mean, time just goes by so fast. And I still feel like it's, like, having a kid, there's obviously things that I want to do and, like, experience and achieve that make it difficult having a bigger family. But at the same time, like, I do want another kid for a lot of reasons. But we've had that discussion a lot.
Yeah. It's come up a lot in the last.
But Courtney is not pregnant right now. Not
so.
that we were aware of. There's no baby on the way or anything at the time. But yeah, we've definitely discussed having another child. And we love Annalise. We're so happy to have Annalise. She's an awesome kid, and we're excited, and it's fun sharing her with you guys and getting to let you guys see her grow up and experience that. Like, it's kind of fun for us to share that with you, share our lives with you.
All right, this is Kelly Fothergill. I think that's how you said that, Fothergill. What's your favorite type of fishing that you do?
I think my, like, number one, like, if I could do it every day, I would probably do this, is throwing plugs in the surf.
Oh, yeah?
Heavy lures, like heavy, like poppers, big jerk baits, big spoons, on like my my 10'6" Paraflex with the 4500 slammer, chunking. What I did in Cabo, like if I could live in Cabo San Lucas and catch rooster fish and like that kind of like that would be just and big jacks like all the time, like that would be amazing. So, because here like during the season that we're in right now, like that's not an effect. Like the jacks aren't really running the beaches, and you can maybe find some redfish, but like throwing the big plugs right now is just not really what you can do in the surf. There's not as many fish in the surf, but this time of year though, my favorite type of fishing, like in the moment, like if you're asking me like right now what my favorite type of fishing is going wade fishing for trout. Like that's where my life is right now. Like that's what I'm loving right now. But definitely throwing big plugs. Surf.
From Ronald Cummings. Do you have a man crush on Brant?
Yes, I do. No, me and Brant, I have a lot of respect for Brant. Like, I mean, he definitely inspired me for like he's a big part of the reason I started my channel. And he's in all honesty, he's an incredible fisherman. And fishing with him, that's why he beats me all the time. He's just really good at what he does. But yeah, I got a man crush on Brant.
I would have said you do too.
I like Brant. Brant's a good dude. He's a good dude, even though he gives me crap all the time. And I've basically just turned into like Brant's little brother on his channel. Like he just beats me all the time. Like I just always get beat.
Yeah.
I'm just like Brant's little brother on his channel. That's like my role that I've fallen into. But one of these days I'm gonna consistently start beating Brant. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these days you'll be bigger than him.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be bigger than you.
I can't wait till I'm older than you. I used to tell my brothers that. It still hasn't worked out.
Oh yeah. I like you being in the hot seat more than me. I don't know how you say this, Mr. Fishnuts, maybe.
What? Excuse me? What was that? Yes, you are correct. That would be Mr. Fishnuts.
Okay, you're gonna have to cut some of that out.
No, that's going in there.
Okay. Whew, it's hot.
Thank you for the question, for the sole fact that your name is Mr. Fishnuts. Thank you for asking a question so that we can say that in this video.
Okay. If you walk 30 minutes to get to your fishing spot and you realized you forgot your fresh bait and all you had were fish bites, would you stay and fish or go back for your bait?
If I'm surf fishing, I'd 100% just roll with the fish bites. If I'm like inshore fishing or something like that, now I've got I might go back. I'd probably go back for a bait, but just depending on the species that I'm targeting. But yeah, if I'm on the beach and I just walked, like I said, 30 minutes down the beach and I didn't have a bait and all I had was fish bites, 100%. Wouldn't even think twice. I'd be like, I'm just gonna roll with fish bites.
Sorry,
Are you still under the name? We can't be serious anymore. You totally ruined not that this was serious anyway. But.
Okay. So you would do the fish bites?
Yes, I would just roll with fish bites. I've caught plenty of fish on just fish bites, especially this time of year. Because the main species that you're going after right now are whiting and black drum. I mean, with the occasional pompano, which we know pompano eat that. But fish bites for whiting and black, like for black drum, I stand by this. Fish bites is the absolute best bait for black drum. I've said that multiple times on this channel. Like if I'm going fishing for black drum in the surf, like I don't use anything else. Fish bites. So absolutely. All right, this question's for me, but again, I'm going to ask it for you because it's kind of about you. Daniel Shepard asked, does Courtney put you in the doghouse when you don't bring any fish home? So are you upset when I don't bring home fish?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Like if I'm really craving something, like one of the ways that you make fish, then I get pretty bummed if you don't bring it.
There's one fish in particular that like I throw back a line. She'll because every time I come home, she'll ask me like, "Did you catch anything?" And I'll tell her. And there's one fish in particular that she always gets mad when I say, "Yeah, I throw them back."
Yeah.
What is it?
A bluefish.
Yeah, she always get like every time I come home, if I've been catching bluefish, and she's like, "Well, did you keep any?" And I'm like, "No, I threw them back." She's like, "What are you doing?" She loves bluefish. I'm not lying when I say that. I say that in my videos all the time. I'm usually catching it, and then I throw it back, and I'm like, "Yeah, my wife loves bluefish." I don't know. We eat fish maybe once a week. I mean, and sometimes we don't. And
it depends.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the main reason that we don't is because you kind of have to plan to eat fish. Like, you have to plan it out.
And, well, because we like to eat it fresh.
Right, yeah,
so
yeah. We don't freeze.
We can't catch it and then just, like, keep it and eat it the next week because it's not as good.
Right, we don't normally, like, we freeze some, like, I'll freeze flounder, but, like, most species of fish, like, I'm not going to freeze them. I'm just going to catch it fresh and eat it. And we try to eat it within a day or two, so, like, we have to not have anything going on for lunch or dinner, and surprisingly enough, that's rare. So we just we don't usually have the time to actually sit back and cook a meal or whatever. It's usually more of a time issue. We love eating fish, and we eat it when we can. We actually have some ceviche in the refrigerator right now. We've been eating on that for a few days.
Yeah, I usually ask why he doesn't keep whiting too, because whiting's really good in the ceviche.
Yeah, which ceviche is nice because you can make it and you can eat on it for a quick meal. Like if I'm coming home in between fishing or something, like I can eat it real quick. It's just and it lasts several days. So
it's a good one.
Yeah, I just don't think about it sometimes. And too, like I don't bring a lot of the time when I'm fishing. A lot of the places that I go to are not easy to get to, so like I pack super light. And I just don't take anything to actually keep fish and keep up with fish. Because you have to take a stringer or a cooler. And, like, if I'm fishing really far away, like, if I catch a fish early, I don't want that fish sitting on a stringer for the next 4 hours and not on ice. Those are the things that run through my head. So, like, I don't keep a lot of the fish a lot of the time because it's just not conducive for the area that I'm fishing.
Right.
So, you understand that you don't have to get mad at me.
Right. Well.
About it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, I'm going to ask you a fishing question because it's this time of year, and I think we saw a couple that were kind of similar to this.
Yeah, we've seen this question a few times, so
yeah,
we'll address it.
So, from Michael Robbins, what tactics do you use to catch fish during the winter time?
The winter time, like for surf fishing, winter in our area, north central Gulf Coast, is definitely the toughest fishing. Depending on where you are. Like down in South Florida, they actually see some of their better fishing. They're just now getting into some of their really good pompano fishing this time of year because that's kind of where those pompano go. But for us, we get less species in the surf zone. So like for surf fishing, it's a lot tougher. Our main targets throughout the winter months here are going to be whiting and black drum if you're fishing the surf. You'll still run into redfish and pompano and some random stuff. But by and large, mostly what you're going to find are those whiting and black drum. But some of your better opportunities for fishing in general, as far as saltwater fishing goes in our area for the winter, is really inshore stuff. Because a lot of these trout and redfish and black drum and all that, they move into the bays and into the river systems looking for warmer water and less volatile water, I guess you could say. So you could go and more into those areas, and even some fresh water is going to hold some of those speckled trout and redfish. So like if you're depending on what you're going after and what you're wanting to do, sometimes that's a better opportunity, which if you've noticed, if you pay real close attention to my videos and where I'm fishing, like you'll see that trend in my videos. Like I spend more time doing that than I do in the summer months. In the summer months, like I spend a lot of time on the beach. There's just so many different species. There's so many different opportunities. I can make several different types of videos targeting different species different ways in the summertime and in spring. But as we get into fall and winter, that kind of transitions and those fish kind of move into the bays and into the rivers. So I had a lot of people ask that question or notice that question for wintertime fishing, and that's for our area. That's going to be different depending on where you are, in the country where you're fishing. But for our area, that's kind of how our fishing goes throughout the winter months. But it is definitely my least favorite time to fish, I will say, because I hate cold weather. It's very demotivating. Like when you walk outside and your car is completely frosted over, it makes you not want to go fishing. Like that's not my kind of fishing weather. I know some people love it, or especially some of you ice fishermen and all that stuff, and you give me a hard time. But like when it's 40 degrees, which is I know it's not that cold, but when it's 40 degrees here and we've got a 20 mile an hour north wind coming off of the water, That's dadgum cold. Like, and I have taken, you know, I get bashed all the time because I complain about it in my videos, and I will continue to complain about it. But I have taken plenty of you guys from up north, from Michigan, Wisconsin, all those places, and you've been out here on some of those days, some of you folks, and you have admitted you're like, this is cold, like, because it's a wet cold. There's always a wind, and that wind's coming off the water, and it's cold. Like, even if it's 40 degrees, it feels a lot colder than that. So, especially, like, I fished here recently a couple times, and it was in the 20s, which sucks really bad. But I do it because I still try to get content. So this is my least favorite time of year to fish, especially because beach fishing's tough, and like that's what I love doing the most is being on the beach fishing. And you can do it, but it's just less opportunity. So anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for hanging out with us and asking questions, and hopefully you had some enjoyment from this video of us just sitting here hanging out with you, answering these questions. This is this is a slower time of year, and especially even fishing content, like as far as what's promoted on YouTube is not really fishing content anyway. So I will continue to put out fishing videos, but you know, right now mainly it's subscribers watching it, which is great. So I'm putting out these videos for you guys, but you know, like what really helps grow the channel is when it's promoted beyond that. So it's not as like urgent to get the fishing content out this time of year. So we figured we'd take this opportunity to just hang out with you guys and have fun and answer some questions, and hopefully it was entertaining, and maybe there was something in there that was slightly informative. I don't know, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. We're coming up on that, and a Happy New Year if I don't take an opportunity to tell you that before then. But did you have fun?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that painful.
Not too bad.
We had a couple doozies in there, but
yeah.
it wasn't that bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, and as always, you stay bummy.